How to number raffle tickets, and or documents with InDesign. Well, let's learn now. Here I have an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper open in InDesign. By default, I have a 1/2 inch margin. Now, what I want to do is I want to number some raffle tickets. And so I've created the raffle ticket already in Photoshop, and here is the raffle ticket that I want to number. And so we're going to go back to InDesign, and that raffle ticket, by the way, was 2 by 6.5 inches. So I am going to come over here to InDesign, and I'm going to click on my object thingy, and I'm going to draw out a box, and I'm going to go up here, right here, and make sure that that box is exactly 6.5 by 2 by just changing those parameters and then clicking pretty much anywhere. There we go. Now in InDesign, if you move your object around until you get that red line, it means it's centered. Of course, I want it down there. So we're going to do a Control D, and here is the file that I created. You could also go up to File, Place, which is the same thing as Control D in Windows. Okay, but we're going to come up here, make sure that black arrow is highlighted. We're going to click on it. We're going to do Control C and then Control V, which is copy and in place. Okay, so there we have 5 tickets laid out on a sheet of paper. Now we want to number them. So as we're going to do is we're come over here to the text tool right here, and we are going to draw out a box. Now, since we know I want my tickets numbered on the ends, and it's 2 inches wide there, we are going to make our width 2 inches. So we are going to come up here, we're going to click on the black arrow, come back up here, and our width is only going to be 2 inches. And our height can be as little as, well, it doesn't really matter. The height, probably about, let's do 0.5. Alright, so once we click the arrow again, that'll change. Okay, now once we have that set up, and let's go back to our text. Okay, click in the box again. So we have text, we have the box. Now we can set up our parameters for our text. We want it centered, so we're going to click the center. Color, for this example, let's just pull in a red. We want it to be 14, and let's do bold. Of course, you could change the font to whatever you want, but we're just making it bold. Now, since we want it on the end of the tickets, click on that black arrow again. We're going to rotate it right here. Rotate it counterclockwise. So we're going to stick that right there. Boom. Okay. Now, so what we're going to do is we're going to repeat this 5 more times down the screen. Now, if we want a ticket on both ends, we can do that as well. And I'm going to show you how to do that as well. But for right now, we're going to take this ticket. We're going to do Control Copy or Control C, and then Control V. which will throw it right here in the middle of the screen. So you got to be careful of that, okay? Control V again. Control V. Control V. Oops. Right. Now, if we wanted the number of the tickets on both sides, if there was a perforation right here in the middle, and this was like a stub on this side that had to have numbers, we can do that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to Control V again, just so we can duplicate this box. Now all I'm doing is hitting Control V every single time. There we go. All right. There we go. Now we have our text boxes set up. So if we wanted just to number them on one side, we could do it right here. But in this instance, I'm going to show you how you can number them on both sides, okay? So in that regard, now is what I've done is I've used Number Pro to set up a mail merge numbering system. Now I've already created the numbers. I wanted to number these tickets 1 to 500. So I went to Number Pro and I've set up all the parameters. I said, hey, I want to number these tickets 1 to 500. I wanted to have three number sets, and I wanted to start with the preference of NO dot, meaning, of course, number. So let's go in and do that. Once I used Number Pro, it created what's called a output file for a mail merge. So, and this is what it's done for me. It created me this file, and I'm going to open this, and it created me this unique file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this box, and this is number 1, number 2. Oops, I grabbed and dragged that rather than clicking on it. 3, 4. I keep dragging these boxes, which I shouldn't do. 4, click on it, and then 5. Okay, and then over here, if I wanted to have it numbered on both ends, I could do the same thing. I click number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I know this is really boring and repetitious. And once that's all done, we click the mail merge. Boom. Just click OK after that, and let it do its magic. And you see it's merging the records right here. Just a few more seconds. There we go. Boom. Now, this is in stackable position. That means that if you're a print shop and you have a cutter, you know, 1 will be on top of number 2, 2 will be on top of number 3. So, but anyway, let's zoom in on this a little bit. As you see, there's number 1. The next page will have number 2. Next page, number 3. So these will all be in stackable condition. Now, you can, of course, do a sheet of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on top by unclicking the stackable, if that's the way you want to go. But if you're a small print shop and you have a cutter and you're cutting them, of course you want them, you know, you want them to be in order. But anyway, this is how you can easily number tickets, raffle tickets, even business documents, NCR documents, easily with InDesign and Number Pro. I hope you found this useful. and take care of yourselves. Have a good night. Bye bye.